How's it going, everyone? It's Jaco here and welcome back to the channel. And today we're opening up not one, but two Gundam Starter Decks. Specifically, we're gonna be opening up Celestial Drive and Flash of Radiance. So Starter Decks 7 and 8, and I cannot wait to get into these. Let's do it. And here we are with not one, but again, two of the new starter decks. We'll start off with ST08 Celestial Dive. I'll be opening this up and then give you a little bit of an opinion on which one I think is the better one. And we'll see how it goes. So, nothing interesting in the demolished packaging. One different thing to note is that they have started putting the resources in the front. I think this is between one or two reasons. I think this could be to avoid people just opening up, seeing if they got a god pack and then just resealing it or whatever. Also, I think it's just not to damage the LR because this seal here is put on very, very tightly. And I think sometimes the cards can get a little bit damaged. So, moment of truth, let's see if we got a god deck. We did not, unfortunately. They're very, very rare. But what can you do? So, we'll start off showcasing here a few of the LRs, talking about a bit of the cards, and giving you a little bit of my opinions on the deck. We'll start off with the Gundam Exia. This is a very good card. You can translate this to basically, when paired, draw one. If you're building heavily around Celestial Beings, I think this is a good card. And I also think, spoiler alert, Celestial Beings are going to be getting a lot of support in the main set free. So I think that this will be a very good card. Unfortunately, as always with Bandai decks, you always get 2 copies of the LRs. So that means you have to get 2 starter decks in order to have a full playset. And then what we have the Gundam Dynamis. So this one here is not the best really, but I mean, it is on theme. It's a Celestial Being. It's kind of good, low to the ground. So it has potential repair 2. It's not really repair 2. Obviously, having repair 2 would have been a lot better. But, you know, it's a 4/4 base on Link. It could see some potential. Base Gundam Exia. I'll just go a bit quicker with these ones here since there's nothing to talk about. And I do very much like Celestial Beings, though. I like where they're heading with. I think they're going to be very, very strong. And one thing to note about this deck has the most pilots that we've ever seen in a starter deck. So here we have one of the main guys. We got Setsuna. Obviously, this is the pilot of the Gundam Exia. On attack, this unit gains +1 AP during this turn. Nothing too crazy, but then if there are 7 or more Celestial Beings cards in your trash, all your Celestial Beings unit gain +1 AP instead. So this will have sort of like the Gundam Amuro effect. And you can see a common theme. A lot of the Celestial Beings will care about you having Celestial Beings in your trash as well. As you can see, we got 2, 3, 6, 9, 12 pilots in total. So quite a bit. Usually in your deck, you want between 8 to 10, I would say. I personally run 8 in my 1-year war deck. And the intervention, very, very good card as well. So on burst, draw 1. You know, we like it. So, and then action, choose 1 rested friendly Celestial Being unit, change the attack target of the battle enemy unit to it. So basically, it's more or less you can give anything blocker, even slightly better than blocker, because this obviously will work around high maneuver as well. And I think this could potentially win you game. And this works very, very well with the other ability that we didn't mention of the Gundam Exia, which is at the end of your turn. Again, if there are 7 or more Celestial Beings cards in your trash, choose one of your resources and set it active. And you know what costs 1 resource? Boom, Armed Intervention. So I think very nice little combo, because up until now we haven't seen that many command cards that will trigger on, you know, can trigger or whatever on your opponent's turn as well. And then we're getting into our base, and then Fatal Strike reprint, very, very good card. We know that one. Overall, I think this is a very, very good starter deck. I think Celestial Beings will be very powerful in set 3. So thumbs up for me, and let's move on to the next one. Here we are with the starter deck 8. So this is Flash of Radiance. This is based around Gundam Hathaway. I haven't personally seen that series, so I know very little about it, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I do believe, spoiler, this is a little bit of the weaker of the starter decks, if not one just out in general. Just not a great starter deck to pick up. Sadly, again, no god deck here. So we'll start off with the Xyz Gundam. I totally did not Google this, how to pronounce it. So big boy, very big guy, level 9, 8 resources, but not the best stats. Why is that, you ask? Well, because of his ability. When you have no units that are level 6 or higher in play, I don't know, could be good, could be not good. But then this card in your hand gets -1 level and costs -1 for each enemy unit in play. I don't know how I feel about this, because this is one of those, like, it'll do a lot when you're behind, but is it enough to then swing you back again? And then when paired, choose one enemy unit with the highest level, deal 3 damage to it. So this could be potentially good, especially because it will not cost. Usually you'll never end up paying the total 8. You usually want to pay a little bit less. Stats are okay then, and then on pair you maybe get rid of a unit, then you can attack maybe into something else. Could be good, but again, unfortunately, I do not think this deck is there. Then we have Rudy's stepsister. Oh no, I'm joking, it's a Gundam. So we have Penelope over here. During pair, on attack, once per turn, if this unit is attacking the enemy player, reveal 1 Earth Federation card from your hand, return it to the bottom of the deck. If you do, draw 2. So not too bad. It's a bit situational because you have to have a pair. You have to be attacking your opponent directly. So you gotta swing at his shields or their lace. So I don't know. It's still a draw, but it's a draw with a lot of extra steps, if you know what I mean. Siege Ploy, I think this is a very good card. Doesn't unfortunately save the deck. Burst, activating this card's main, and then main and action, choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP rested. Another Xyz Gundam over here that I totally did not Google how to pronounce it. And then we'll just move forward. Honestly, we saw a little bit of blue-red, how it worked. It works good when, you know, you have the Quebly, you have the Merida, you have the Kshatriya. So I don't know how good this will be. This is a fairly decent pilot, I would say. So halfway Noah, when paired, if this is a Mafti unit, choose one of your Mafti unit. During this turn, you may choose a damage active enemy unit as its attack target. So again, swinging into ready units is very, very strong, as we've seen in set 2. So I don't know, maybe you're playing against an aggro player, and you know, if you want to play aggro in Gundam, you don't want to be turning the unit sideways all the time. So this could be good. Again, I remember I was playing versus a Gundam G-Quax deck, so a clan deck, and I just dropped an Amuro on the field. I was like, yeah, what could go wrong? And they have a very similar mechanic to this one, where they can just have a unit swing into a Radiant unit, and I lost my Gundam. I drew the Amuro off the top deck, so very, very bad misplay, and I got punished for it. Nothing too exciting at the end of this deck. We got Lady Luck, very, very cool art, I believe. We know we like our waifus. And then we got the base. So again, pretty standard, nothing too exciting. I know now what you all been here for. You want the 2 extra bonus packs. Again, it's a shame that this deck is not the best. I'm not too familiar with the Halfway series, so not too much of a shame, you know, but we'll see. So we'll begin with the one from, let's begin with the one from A Flash of Radiance. It's the one that I potentially care the least. So these, obviously, we want to see an LR or whatever, or you want to see a nice little pilot like this one. So we got Lane Aim. Very good usually if you get a pilot, LR, or a base, you're happy. Obviously, you're a bit happier with an LR. And now we'll see the big one. If we can get Exia from this, I would be very, very happy. And it's just a Gundam Dynamax, but not the one we wanted. This, unfortunately, is just a common. As always, thank you very, very much for watching, and follow for more Gundam videos. And I'll see you in the next one.